Good morning. One of the things that I don't regret in life is having 7 children. I told my fiance before we married, I said, I want 7 kids. I saw Shenandoah and I saw all those kids around that table, and there were 7 of them. I said, that's what I want. And one of the things that we don't realize is that we are leaving a legacy. The Bible tells us in Psalms 127, unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain who build it. Unless the Lord guards the city, the watchman stays awake in vain. It is vain for you to rise up early and to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrows, for he gives his beloved sleep. Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward, like arrows in the hand of a warrior. So are the children of one's youth. Happy is the man who has his quiver full of them. They shall not be ashamed, but shall speak with their enemies in the gate. I want to share with you a story. It's always moved me, and you may have heard it before. But Jonathan Edwards lived around 1700. He was a Puritan preacher. He went to Yale when he was 13 years old, and he was president of the Princeton College not long after that. He married his wife Sarah in 1727. They had 11 children. And every night when Mr. Edwards was home, he would spend an hour conversing with his family. And then he would pray a blessing over each child. Well, this man, A.E. Winship, decided to do a study on the life of Jonathan Edwards. But it's interesting. About that time, there was another man that was born right around the same time as Jonathan Edwards. And he married about the same time, and he had a bunch of descendants himself. And so this man said, I'm going to trace both guys for 4 generations, because the one that was opposed to Jonathan Edwards was very interesting, because 42 different people in the New York prison could be traced back to this one individual, Max Jukes. So they traced 4 legacies. 4 generations. And this is what they found. Out of Jonathan Edwards, a believer, married a believer, he had 1,400 descendants, roughly. He had 3 U.S. senators, 3 governors, 3 mayors, 13 college presidents, 30 judges, 60 doctors, 65 professors, 75 military officers, 80 public office holders, 100 lawyers, 100 clergymen, 285 college graduates. As best could be determined, there was only one bad apple, Aaron Burr, the defector, the traitor. This other man, Max Jukes, 4 generations. He had 7 murderers, 60 thieves, 190 prostitutes, 150 convicts, 310 paupers, 440 who were physically wrecked by addiction to alcohol, 300 that died prematurely. It would appear his life was not at all blessed. An unbeliever, married unbeliever, and had all of these generations. Believer, married a believer, and had all of these, and prayed a blessing over them every night. He tells us, the Bible does, in Exodus 20, Exodus 34, Numbers 14, Deuteronomy 5. The sins of the parents, or the sins of the fathers, are visited upon their children to the 3rd and 4th generation. Now, I don't know, because it qualifies that later on in the Bible and says we're not responsible necessarily for our parents. But everything has to be taken in balance. There is certainly an impact that you're having upon your children, that I'm having upon my children. We have an opportunity to change them. And the Bible says, unless the Lord builds the house, it's not up to us by ourselves. It is a heavy burden. You say, okay, I've blown it. My kid did this, my kid did that. No, I'm so messed up. No. God is a God of mercy. And say, Lord, I do want my family to leave an impact. I want you to bless them. Like he prayed a blessing over his children. That's all I'm imploring you to do. Call your children by name. And ask God every day to bless this one. Bless that one. And God will do something very special in time to come. God bless you. Have a great day.